I have found that to avoid workplace discrimination issues, a lot of thought has to be put into the policies and procedures, and you have to have a very specific plan for how employees can complain and how they can access management if they have a problem. Is that about right?
Yeah, but I also think not only do you need to draft good policies and procedures, but then you need to actually review them and follow them.
Yes.
Because what I find is a lot of times businesses will hire a law firm to draft great policies and procedures, but then they never open up that document ever again.
Right.
And certainly don't follow it. And I think that's where there's risk.
And you got to have the person there. You have to have a strong person that when that complaint comes in, that knows how to walk, talk, and chew gum.
Right.
Well, we see that a lot in government, right? Because one of the bigger issues we deal with in government are employment-related issues. And a lot of times cities don't have that opportunity to have a strong HR person. So they're relying on a lawyer in many cases to provide that advice. But also in a government setting, which is unique from a private employer setting, is the open records law. So realizing that every employment decision you make is going to be subject to open records. What I find with government is sometimes government employers are less likely to write up employees, realizing that that's now going to be subject to open records. So then when you do reach that point of termination of that employee, you don't really have any record.
When an employee writes you a well-written email or letter, there's probably a lawyer behind the scenes ghostwriting it. And if you just put your head in the sand, the inference will be that you've done something wrong because you didn't respond. So I think you have to be cognizant of what's coming across your desk. And that's why I think either having a solid person there or making sure you immediately reach out to your attorney is important.
Yeah, and hearing you talk about the issues that governments face, they also face the issue that they can't hire attorneys easily to come in and train their management. And a lot of companies that we go in and help train the management to address these issues, to recognize these issues, to follow through on these issues, that's a big plus for most management and small companies to take care of.
And I think something that's important with employment discrimination is trying to be proactive. I think a lot of employees are afraid to complain. They're afraid to go to HR because they fear retaliation. So you need to have strong policies and procedures about anti-retaliation in order to protect those employees and foster an environment where they can complain without fear of being retaliated against.